1. Introduction. My name is Clara. I work as a marketing planner in a large company. My life is busy. I wake up very early every morning. I drink coffee quickly and run to meetings all day long. I am 26 years old. I live with my husband, Evan. He is 31 years old. Evan is an architect. He has too many drawings and too many problems at his job. Our home is big and very modern. It is clean, but it feels cold. The house looks perfect from the street, but our marriage is not perfect. Every day we feel like two strangers. We live like roommates under the same roof. We do not talk much. We only use short, necessary words. We ask things like, "Did you pay the bill?" Or "What time will you come home?" We say good night, but we do not look at each other. Tonight is a rainy Tuesday. The sky outside is very dark. The heavy rain hits the windows hard. I am sitting in the home office. I am typing very fast on my computer. I must finish a large presentation for work. This presentation is important. If I do not finish it now, my boss will yell at me tomorrow. I hear Evan in the kitchen. He is washing the plates. He is slamming them very loudly. I know he is angry, but I pretend that I cannot hear anything. I keep my eyes on the bright screen. We have not talked about real things for 3 weeks. I feel heavy and alone, even though Evan is only in the next room. My heart feels tired from the silence. It feels like we are two ships sailing close to each other in the dark night. We are near, but we never meet. I wish the cold silence would end. 2. The angry fight. Evan walked into the home office. He looked tired and unhappy. He was wearing a shirt that was wet from the heavy rain outside. He stood near my desk while I typed fast. I was working very hard on the important presentation. I needed to finish it tonight. He asked me a question about our plans for the next weekend. It was a simple question about dinner or maybe a trip, but I felt too much pressure from my job. My stress was very high. I was already angry at the world. I spoke fast and loud. "Not now, Evan. I am working. Can you see I am busy right now?" He looked surprised at my sharp words. Then his face changed, and he looked very angry. The fight began quickly, like a sudden fire. We started to yell at each other. The words we used were not kind or gentle. We were both holding months of silence and anger inside. Evan said I only thought about my big job. He said I used our large, modern house only like a hotel. I told him he never gave me any attention. I said I felt lonely every day, even when he was in the next room. He shouted that he worked day and night for our future. He worked hard so we could have this life. I shouted back that I did not care about money if I felt like a ghost in my own marriage. We forgot the simple question about the weekend. We only spoke about the deep pain we felt from living apart. The argument grew louder and louder. The sound filled the cold office room. Then Evan said the worst thing. He looked right at me, and his voice was hard and cold. "Clara, we are just roommates now. We are nothing more than that." That sentence broke something inside me. My chest felt tight and heavy. I wanted to say I was sorry, or maybe that he was wrong, but no words came out. He turned away from the desk. He walked to the bedroom and quickly grabbed one pillow. He walked toward the living room, heading for the couch. I watched him leave the room. I did not move. My heart was burning with hurt and regret. I was alone again. The shouting had stopped, but the new silence felt worse. I knew the fight was finished, but nothing was fixed. 3. The house goes dark. I watched Evan walk away. He went to the living room couch. I felt a sharp pain in my chest. I did not know what to say. The anger was still strong, but I felt very sad and alone. Before I could move or speak, a loud noise came. Thunder hit the house hard. The sound was very close. The house moved a little bit. Suddenly, the lights went off. Everything became completely black. The whole street was dark now. The rain outside sounded much louder in the silence. Our house is a smart home. When the power stopped, the system made a strange sound. It tried to start again, but it failed. The internet stopped working. My laptop screen went black immediately. The worst thing was that the doors locked. The smart home system made 3 sharp clicking sounds. Then the final lock activated. We were trapped inside the house. I stood there in the dark office. I felt the cold air. My heart beat very fast. I was very afraid. Darkness always scares me. When I was a little girl, I had a bad experience. A storm came and I was in a small, dark room. I was trapped there for many hours. That old fear came back to me now. My body started shaking. I tried to turn on my phone light, but my hands were shaking too much to hold it still. I forgot about the fight we just had. I forgot my anger and his anger. I only felt the fear. "Evan," I called out. My voice was small and shaking. I waited, and then I heard a sound. It was his footsteps. He was coming back from the living room. His anger was gone too. I heard him searching for something on the kitchen counter. He found a flashlight. The small light moved quickly through the dark hall. He opened the office door slowly. "Clara, come here," he said softly. His voice was calm and warm. It sounded protective, like the voice of a husband. "I am right here, do not worry." He guided me out of the office. He held my arm gently in the dark. We walked to the living room slowly. We sat down together on the couch. We were trapped by the storm. We were trapped in the dark house. But now we were trapped with each other. 4, wine and candles. Evan and I light the tall white candles. The living room changes immediately. It looks soft and warm. This room feels different now. It is quiet and gentle. It is almost like a romantic movie. Evan walks to the kitchen cabinet. He takes out a bottle of red wine. We kept this wine for a long time. We always said we would drink it on a special day. We never had that special day until now. Evan uses the tool and opens the bottle. The cork makes a soft sound. He pours the dark red wine into 2 glasses. We sit on the large sofa. We do not look at each other at first. The silence is very heavy, but it is not an angry silence. It is a silence full of things we need to say. After a minute, Evan starts to speak. His voice is low. He tells me about his work. His architecture firm is having problems. He says they are losing money every week. He is scared that he will fail completely. He thinks he is a bad husband because he cannot fix the money problems. He feels like nothing he does is good enough for our future. I listen to him. I realize how much stress he carries alone. Then I start to talk. I tell him that I feel like a ghost in our house. I work hard all day. I come home, but I feel invisible. I feel like I am just a person who pays bills. I miss feeling like his wife. I miss talking to him about small things. I tell him that the cold rooms and the silence hurt me every day. The more we talk, the more the walls between us fall down. We drink the wine slowly. The candlelight shines in our eyes. Our hands are close on the sofa. They touch lightly, almost by accident. The candle flame shakes a little bit. Shadows move fast on Evan's face. For the first time in many months, Evan looks at me clearly. He really sees me. I see him too. I see the fear in his eyes, not the anger. I understand the truth in this dark room. Our stress did not break our marriage. The distance broke us. We stopped communicating. We became strangers living in the same big house. We stopped seeing the person next to us. The darkness forces us to look again. We continue to talk, letting the truth flow between us like the wine. We sit together, finally sharing the heavy load we carried alone. 5, we talk again. The conversation became quiet. We stopped talking about work stress. We stopped talking about the cold house. We started talking about us. The conversation moved to deeper feelings. I felt close to Evan again. My heart felt warm. It was a strange feeling, warm and a little scared. The anger we felt earlier was slowly going away. Then Evan moved his hand. He took my hand. He held it gently. I looked at the candlelight. The light was soft. I felt a quick spark. I had almost forgotten this feeling. It was a good feeling, like electricity moving between us. The distance between us started to feel small. The rain outside changed its sound. It was not hard and angry now. The rain was soft, like a whisper against the glass. The candles danced slowly. The shadows moved on the walls. The air in the room felt full. It was warm and slow. We were not rushing. We were just sitting and sharing the moment. We moved closer to each other. Evan looked at my face for a long time. He touched my cheek. He moved his fingers slowly. He looked like he was afraid I would disappear. I did not move away. I touched his face too. I felt the tired lines around his eyes. These lines came from stress. They came from long nights of work and worry. There was no anger left in the room. The fight we had was totally gone. It felt very far away, like it happened to two other people. There was only us in the dark room. We had been distant for many months. Now the distance was gone. We just looked at each other and did not speak. We slid down slowly onto the large rug. It was a thick, soft rug on the floor. We sat there together. We shared the warmth from the candles. We shared our breath. We did not need to speak. We were sharing quiet apologies. We apologized without using any words. Our bodies spoke for us. The connection was strong. This night felt like a new start. It was a beginning we needed very badly. We had almost broken our marriage. The storm and the darkness helped us see. We saw that we still loved each other. We were hurt, but we were not broken. I felt Evan's arm move around me. I leaned my head on his shoulder. It felt safe and good. For the first time in a very long time, I felt like his wife. I was not a stranger. I was not a roommate. I was Clara and he was Evan. We were together. We were home. We sat like this for 1 hour, maybe 2 hours. The wine bottle was empty. The candles burned low. The world outside was quiet. 6, the morning sun, the big storm finished. The heavy rain stopped outside the windows. A soft, quiet light came into the room. It was morning. I opened my eyes slowly. I was not in the bed. I was on the rug in the living room. Evan was next to me. His arms were around me. We were still close after the long night. I felt warm and safe next to him. Suddenly, the lights came on again. The electricity returned to the big house. All the smart machines started to make noise. Beep, beep, beep. The loud sounds broke the quiet morning. Evan and I did not move. We stayed on the floor, holding each other tight. We did not want the noise of the world to touch us yet. We wanted to keep the warm feeling from the night. We lay there for a long time. The house was awake again, but we were still in our quiet moment. Evan finally sat up. He looked at me. He looked tired but happy. He kissed my forehead gently. "I do not want to lose you, Clara," he said in a low voice. "I do not want to lose us." I smiled at him. It was a real smile, not a fake one for work. "You will not lose us," I answered. "But we must try. We must try hard this time. We need to remember this night." We stood up slowly. Our bodies hurt a little from sleeping on the hard rug, but our hearts did not hurt anymore. We knew we needed changes. We needed clear rules for our life together now. Evan spoke first about the phones. No more phones after 9 o'clock at night. We must look at each other, not at screens. I agreed quickly. That was a very good rule. I thought about the laptop that went everywhere with me. I needed to stop working so much. Then I added a rule. No working at the dinner table. Dinner time is for talking, not for checking emails or drawing plans. Evan nodded his head. He always had his papers near his plate. We made a short list of important rules. We decided that we must have one real conversation every single night. We must talk about our feelings, not just the bills. We also decided that if we fight, we must stay in the same room. We cannot run away from the problems anymore. And the last rule was easy: no sleeping apart. The couch is just for sitting, never again for sleeping. The rules were small, simple actions, but they were big promises for our future. We held hands and promised to follow them every day. The morning light was strong now. It felt like a new and hopeful day. We walked together to the kitchen. The big, cold house felt a little warmer. We decided to save our marriage. 7. Life changes slowly. We followed the new rules we made that morning. We knew that life does not change fast, but we saw small changes every day. We decided we had to try hard. Evan started coming home earlier. He focused on leaving his office by 6 o'clock most evenings. I stopped taking my heavy laptop into the bedroom. We agreed that the bedroom was only for rest and talking. We kept work in the home office now. Cooking dinner together became our new daily routine. Before, we often ate separately or ordered food quickly. Now, we stood in the kitchen side by side almost every night. We chopped vegetables and mixed sauces. We talked about the small things that happened during the day. This simple time made us feel connected. We shared small worries and big successes. Evan's work was still very hard. His architecture firm faced many difficulties, but he did not keep the stress inside anymore. He shared his fears with me, and I listened carefully. My marketing projects were heavy too. I told him about my difficult boss and my strict deadlines. We were learning to be a team. We were not perfect people, but we were honest with each other now. The most important rule was the quiet time. Every single night, we sat together for 10 minutes. We put our phones far away in a different room. No screens were allowed, no television, just the two of us. In those minutes, we looked at each other. We learned the small details of our faces again. I watched his face when he smiled. I saw his smile much more often now. He listened to my stories, and he learned my laugh again. Our house was still the same large, modern building, but the atmosphere inside changed completely. It did not feel cold anymore. The cold feeling left when the silence left our rooms. The silence was gone now. The house started to feel warm and comfortable. It felt like a real home, a place of safety. We found the way back to each other, one slow day at a time. 8. A happy ending. I often think about that rainy Tuesday night. It started with an angry fight. Then the thunder came. The whole house went dark. I remember feeling very scared when the power died. The darkness was terrible, but it was also important. The blackout saved us. Sometimes you need things to stop completely. You need the world to go dark so you can see the important things clearly. Before the storm, we were living a lie. We were silent and very lonely. The loud storm broke that terrible silence. We could not run away from each other anymore. We had to sit and talk. We learned the truth that night. Evan told me his fears about his job. I told him how invisible I felt in our marriage. We were honest for the first time in many months. We decided to try again and save our future. We made new rules for our marriage that morning. We follow those rules every day. We do not work after 9 o'clock at night. We put our phones down at the dinner table. We talk about our work problems instead of hiding them from each other. It is not easy, and we sometimes forget the rules. But we always come back to each other. The house feels different now. It is still the same big, modern house, but the atmosphere is warm. It is not cold anymore. When I walk through the rooms, I feel calm. This feeling is real peace, not fake happiness. I look at Evan now. He is standing in the kitchen. He is wearing a simple white shirt. He is making coffee for the two of us. He smiles at me. It is an honest smile. Our love is not a perfect story from a book. It is real. It is strong because we fixed what was broken. I am thankful for the storm. It was one difficult night that gave us a happy ending.